Welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, your go-to source for everything on the Las Vegas Raiders. Whether you're a diehard motherfucker like me, or just getting to know Raider Nation, our passionate hosts are here to bring you all the excitement on Raiders football. I'm Shit Show Joe, and welcome to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. Let's go, Raiders! If not, fuck your team.
And welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I'm your host, Raider Will, and I am here with my crew. I got my boy representing TDH Sacramento, Raider Chavez.
916.
Then I got my girl, Lady Val, representing DFW for life.
What's up, guy?
What up, sis? And here on the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, baby, we never miss a workout. So you see our sis out here making sure that she's getting hers in, but yeah, still joining us up.
This is cool. Yeah, of course.
So guys, priorities, workout.
Podcast,
Hey,
no matter
right
where I'm
now,
at.
it's bulking season. It's bulking season.
It's gonna be hot girl summer for me and Gunny, so we're like working at it.
I got you, sis.
I'm motivated now. I'm starting tomorrow.
Guys, we're going to talk today the top free agents that we see that are currently on the roster that we would like to re-sign. I'm going to shoot out some names. You guys will tell me what you guys think. So, hey, let's start going with it. Hey, the first name I want to throw out there, guys, which, you know, we all know is probably a key player, is Robert Spillane. Guys, I want to know what you guys think and how bad of a need he is and if we need to re-sign him or not. Val, I'm going to start with you.
Sign the man. Why isn't he signed yet? Come on.
Hey, Brother Steven, I mean, like, you already heard our sis Val. She says, sign the man immediately right now.
I think the offseason's a complete failure if we do not re-sign Robert Spillane. And you do not let you sign him now. You don't let it get to free agency because he's gone if it goes to free agency. So he's a must bring back. A must.
He's a valuable player. I mean,
hey, I'm telling you right now, that man is the heart and soul of this defense.
And he wants to be a Raider.
You got Max, yeah, man. If you got a right hook with Max Crosby, you got a left hook with Spillane. Spillane is definitely a quality player. Everybody goes like, oh, he's not that good in coverage. Have you seen this man make interceptions with the golf? Like, his hand all taped up, making interceptions. He's still making tackles, still going in there and making plays. Yes, sometimes he makes mistakes and he misses guys in the open hole. But let's be real. That guy is a dude, and I want to see him back in the silver and black as well. Guys, another player that we have looked at due to injury this year, his season was cut short. He was a general in the secondary, Marcus Epps. I'm going to start with our brother Steven. What's your thoughts on Marcus Epps, brother?
I don't think it's a must sign, but if they get him back for a decent contract, I'd love to have him back there. You know, he reads defense as well. You know, he's kind of a general out there in the secondary, so I'd have no problem with the Raiders bringing him back at a decent contract.
All right.
what is his contract entail like right now? I know he got hurt early on, but I really liked the way he played last season.
Last year, I think he was at $6 million or $7.5 million with guarantees. But I mean, like, he did get injured this year, so we could bring him back on a prove it contract. I mean, like, that's kind of the thing. He is a little bit older. I mean, like, he's 29 years old, so we could bring him back on a prove it contract, things like that. But would you like to see him back in the silver and black?
I would.
The same thing as you said, as Steven said, kind of a prove it contract where you see him coming in and like getting better, or are you saying, hey, this dude's gonna be a dude?
I think when he comes back, I mean, enough recovery, and then the off season, he's going to be great again. So, I mean, it sucks that he got injured so early on, but he played really well last season, and I'd like to see him play again with the Raiders.
No, I got it. All right, guys, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I love you guys, but in that position at that age, I love you, Marcus Epps. I know what you did for us. You're a general in the secondary, but you got to go.
I'm okay with that.
We got, and I'm going to say this, and the reason is, guys, because we got too many other holes in the secondary at the moment that we have to fill. And I think we need to go with younger guys. And I think our injury like guy will be a guy that we talk about later. And that's going to be the real prove it contract that I think we need to have out there for this year, which will be on the defensive line. Marcus Epps is 29 years old, playing in the secondary, coming on off an ACL or tear. So I'm like, dude, I don't see him coming back at the level that he's played. That's why I think we need to let him go. We need to re-sign other guys in the secondary, like we'll talk about them later. You know, it's going to be Trayvon Merrick, Isaiah Palumau, guys like that. And then we can bring in free agents, which we're going to talk about it in another episode.
We're
team.
gonna have a pretty decent cap, right? Like we're gonna be
we're at
spending
$100 million this year. So we got a lot of cap room space. So we can bring in another free agent. So that's why I'm saying in my book, I love what he did for us, but I wouldn't bring him back just for the matter of the fact that we have so many young guys that are in that position that we can really re-sign and put that money towards them. You know, another guy that, you know, we talked about a little bit earlier, which is Alexander Madison. And you know what, sis, you're the whole reason we bring him up. Take it away.
I love Alexander Madison. You guys know that I am a huge fan of his, and regardless of where he was last year in the rankings, this year he's really, in my eyes, he's really proven himself. I mean, he's made some big plays. You know, he pushes. So it kind of sucks because this season I felt like they didn't really utilize him as much as they could have. Um, I mean, how old is he? He's still young, right?
Alexander Madison is 27 years old.
I mean, so he's got still like a peak in him, and he's doing great. You know, I think we should definitely sign him. And what is his salary? Is it 2 or 6?
Last year he was at per year, I think his total contract is like 3.6 mil. He gets like an annual 2 mil, then he gets about a 1.65 in guarantees, or I don't know how exactly that works. But yeah, he's like 2 mil. So I can see what you're saying. All right, Steven, what do you think about Alexander Madison and what your sis just said?
I would bring him back. I don't
I
think
won't be mad at you.
I would bring him back. I don't think he'll cost the Raiders that much money, and he was pretty much the best running back for us out there last year. I would bring him back, but the Raiders I still believe, need to draft a running back in this draft. It's a deep, deep running back draft, so I'd have no problem bringing
But
Madison back.
and have another option because of course there's other younger guys, you know, that are out there, and again, who are underrated. So, I mean, they could also look with and work with Alexander Madison. And I don't know, like I'm biased. So,
Yes. So I love what you guys said. If he comes back at a value, okay, because I'm going to tell you right now, in my opinion, the best running back we had was Amir Abdullah.
I think, yeah.
But Alexander Madison, okay, does have his qualities. But to me, if you're looking in the running back market, the Raiders need to address that with youth, with somebody that's coming in young. But if you have Alexander Madison in a special package, I do believe that he can excel within Chip Kelly's offense. I do believe that like all the stuff that he has where he catches the ball out of the backfield, where he can read the zone scheme, that is beneficial. Do I see the Raiders re-signing him? We're a 50-50 there. We're a 50-50. But in my book, guys, that's just a guy I don't really see as a top priority for them. But like I said, maybe a depth guy. Maybe a depth. All right. We're going to move on to Adam Butler, defensive line. This guy's young. Hey, Steven, go ahead, baby. I see you itching already.
You keep Adam Butler, and you know, Wilkins should come back healthy, and you have him next to Wilkins on that line. Adam Butler played his butt off. I think he's a good up and coming tackle, and there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to go after him. So I think he's somebody you bring back on that D line. You saw the Eagles. That D line was killing Mahomes. We need to keep that D line strong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sis, you still there? You still
I'm
there?
here. Sorry.
It's all good. Hey, what do you think about Adam Butler?
I agree with everything he said.
Hey, how about I tell you like this? Hell yeah, we got to keep Adam Butler. That dude, man, came up and was eating people up at the end of the season. He's an absolute monster. I'd be like, I see the youth and potential. If this guy gets paired up, like you said, with Christian Wilkins, are you kidding me? I'd be like, you got backs, you got him, you got a ton load of talent. You have to keep this guy. You have to keep this youth. You have to keep that unit going. It's just like Steven said. If you got a front four that's creating pressure without blitzing, man, that's what you need. And this guy is that absolute prototype. I agree with you guys. We need to re-sign that man.
If you don't re-sign him,
Stamp.
he's day one free agent taken. Day one of free agency.
No, absolutely. I think he made that type of season this year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, another name right now, I want your guys' opinion. Malcolm Coons, defensive line, got injured early in the season. Steven, do you bring him back? And if you bring him back, what type of contract are you looking at?
I'll start off with I feel so bad for that guy because he was in line to have the best year of his career this year after what he did the season before. And so I feel bad for him right before the season that he got hurt. I I think you can bring him back on a prove it deal and see if he's able to do what we were hoping he would do this last season. I know Max Crosby wants him back, and I I would because I think you can get him back on a proven deal after this injury.
Sis?
Yeah, I mean, as long as he can do what he did, and keep performing well, yeah, bring him, keep him.
Hey, this is where I said I don't want to keep Marcus Epps because I feel like I don't want to have a bunch of prove it deals out there. This is where we spend our prove it deal.
Yeah.
Malcolm Coons is an absolute monster. This guy can be the 1-2 punch that we were looking for. Plus, if not, we got him for depth. He's another pass rusher that you can bring in special packages. Guys, this is where we need to spend our money. It's just like Steven said. Defensive line is going to win you a championship. Look at the Eagles, baby, swarming Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes thought he had like 10 dudes rushing him, looking everywhere. This is the way that we secure that. This is the way that we bring that to the next level. By giving guys like Malcolm Coons the prove-it deal. He's young, he's talented, and he's a pass rusher. Now, another name, and the last name we're going to bring up today, or actually we're going to bring up two more names. We got Trayvon Merrick. Guys, I'm going to start with Sis. Do you bring him back or do you let him go? She's going to think about she's thinking.
I don't know. Because start with Raider Travis first.
Okay. All right. Steven, go ahead.
I would love to have him back, but I actually really think he's going to cost a lot more than what the Raiders are going to want to pay him, because there are a lot of teams that are interested in him from what I'm hearing right now. And I wouldn't give him the massive contract he might get from another team. So if you're able to get him back at a decent cost, I'm down. Like I thought he had a good year, but I wouldn't give him the massive contract.
What is his contract now?
He's on a rookie deal. So.
Yeah, he's on a rookie deal, but so he's going to come back and he's going to be worth like some cash. But I'm going to tell you like this, guys. I would bring him back. The reason is because he's young. And if you let Marcus Epps go, you're going to have some money to pay him. And a guy that's been a playmaker, I wouldn't pay him top level. Like, he's not a top 5 guy. I'm not going to give you top 5 money. Top 15 money? Maybe. That's where I'm like, I'm looking at what he brings in value with his youth and his like big playmaking ability, and he balled out for us. And if you look at guys in the secondary that we need to keep, we're going to lose Nate Hobbs. I don't think we re-sign Nate Hobbs. He's been too injury prone. And he's going to cost a ton load of money. So you need to spend some money somewhere besides the defensive line. And I think him staying back there keeps the continuity, which, as you guys know, continuity is important in the secondary. So that's why I see Trayvon Merrick being worth every penny.
And my thing is, I think a team is going to offer him a top 5 contract, and I wouldn't do it.
After that, that's kind of scary, and that's kind of me saying, hey, I'm going to have to take a step back and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Guys, here's one name. This guy came late in the season. He just came out of nowhere. We just signed the guy. Clavon Chason. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to start this one. I think he's going to be cheap enough that, hell yeah, we sign him. This guy came on the last part of the season, and he's another added defensive end that gives our guys a freaking breath of fresh air, and he's a playmaker, man. I love what he does. I think we sign him. I think we extend him, and we make him a Raider for the next 2 to 3 years.
He came in and had 5. He came in and had 5 sacks for us last year. I mean, he was absolutely. He never did that with Jacksonville, and I don't think we could have enough DNs. I mean, you just that rotating door of him, Coons, and then Tyree Wilson come in. Hopefully, he has a better year, and all on the other side of Max. And if Max needs a rest, which he never takes, you got guys that can fill in and get to the quarterback.
No, absolutely. Sis?
I'm going to be very honest. I didn't really pay attention to him this season, so
She's gonna stay quiet. All right. Well, yo. All right, guys. What we want you to do is like, share, subscribe. Make sure you guys comment. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what Raiders free agents on their roster that you see right now that we would re-sign and see who you guys think is best. Hey, Steven, let them know where you're at, baby.
Sacramento, California. Watch parties at Shenanigans. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Hey, sis, let them know where DFW's at.
DFW, Raiders for Life, Shakerton's in Midtown Dallas. So that's where you'll find us.
All right, guys, let us know. It's all about one nation. It's all about one team. It's all about the
Raiders.
Raiders.
Raiders.